That day, nothing indicated that a disaster was about to happen. The passengers boarded the plane following standard procedure and prepared for what was supposed to be a regular flight. While listening to the captain's announcement about the journey, they fastened their seatbelts and settled in for takeoff. The weather outside was ideal, increasing the sense of security among everyone on board. After a successful takeoff, no one could have imagined that this flight would later become one of the biggest sources of conspiracy theories in modern aviation history. After some time, the plane disappeared from radar without explanation. Months passed, then years, and the mystery of MH370 remains unsolved to this day.
They told you the story. We tell you the truth. Welcome to FactSlicks.
The aircraft, carrying 239 passengers and crew members, departed from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Its destination was Beijing, China. However, it vanished from radar and was never seen again. It is believed that the plane crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean, yet it was never fully located, and it has never been definitively determined what actually happened. These are the conspiracy theories surrounding Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, the Boeing 777 that disappeared without a trace. Do any of these theories make sense? Watch the clip below. After the final communication between the pilot or co-pilot and air traffic control, during which they exchanged a routine good night, along with standard instructions, the plane unexpectedly changed course. It was supposed to continue toward Beijing. Instead, it turned away and headed toward the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean, where it eventually disappeared. What caused the pilot to make this decision remains unknown. A former French airline executive who investigated the disappearance of MH370 later claimed that the aircraft may have been shot down by American fighter jets. According to this theory, U.S. forces may have feared the plane had been hijacked and intended to carry out a terrorist attack on a military base in the Indian Ocean, specifically the Coral Island of Diego Garcia. Mark Dugan, the former executive, said he was threatened because of his investigation into MH370. He traveled to the Maldives to interview eyewitnesses who claimed they saw a large aircraft flying unusually low toward the island. According to them, the plane bore the colors of Malaysia Airlines. There is also a book titled Flight MH370 Mystery, which suggests that the aircraft may have been shot down during joint military exercises involving American and Thai air forces in the South China Sea. The book claims that the search operation was deliberately redirected to conceal the truth. Although this theory lacks strong supporting evidence, it is one of many that implicate American aviation forces. There were even claims that North Korea was involved. Another theory suggested that Vladimir Putin stole the plane, though no explanation was given as to why he would need it. Some have speculated that if American forces accidentally shot down the aircraft, the incident would have been covered up to avoid global outrage and political consequences. And then there are the stranger theories. 3 weeks after MH370 disappeared, some media outlets reported that the plane had been found on the moon. Newspapers even published images showing a plane resting on the lunar surface. The explanation given was that an intergalactic spacecraft had somehow transported the Boeing 777 to the moon. Years earlier, similar tabloids had claimed that a B-52 bomber was spotted on the moon as well. When it was later announced that no plane had been found there, a tabloid headline simply stated, "The bomber that was spotted on the moon has suddenly disappeared." Another theory claims that Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah deliberately planned a mass murder due to personal problems. According to this version, he allegedly locked the co-pilot out of the cockpit, disabled communications, and allowed the aircraft to continue on autopilot until it ran out of fuel. Some speculated that his divorce contributed to his mental state. However, authorities in Kuala Lumpur stated that both Malaysian police and the FBI found no evidence suggesting that the pilot intended to hijack the aircraft. Later, the New York Times reported that Zahari had conducted simulated flight paths on his home flight simulator less than a month before the disappearance. The simulated route extended deep into the southern Indian Ocean. Some consider this the strongest evidence suggesting premeditation. However, it was later clarified that this information had already been publicly known and that many other flight simulations were stored on the device. There were also claims that the co-pilot, Farik Abdul Hamid, was responsible. According to that theory, he may have overpowered the captain and deliberately crashed the aircraft. This idea gained attention because he was reportedly the last person to communicate from the cockpit before systems stopped responding. There were also terrorism theories involving passengers traveling under false identities. Yet if the plane was deliberately destroyed, how is it possible that, with all the advanced technology available, it has still not been fully recovered? Another theory suggests that billionaire Jacob Rothschild somehow benefited from the disappearance. According to certain conspiracy claims, the disappearance allowed him to become the sole owner of an important semiconductor patent. An American technology company, Freescale Semiconductor, reportedly had 20 employees on board that flight. These employees were involved in advanced electronic military radar technology. Some theorists claim that with their deaths, ownership of a patent known as the KL03 microchip shifted. Freescale was partially owned by investment groups connected to powerful political figures, including former U.S. President George Bush Sr. and former British Prime Minister John Major. Some clients were even linked to the Saudi bin Laden group. These connections fueled speculation that the disappearance may have involved military radar technology or attempts to evade radar detection. However, no verified evidence supports these claims. In the end, MH370 remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries. What do you think? Do any of these theories make sense? Leave your opinion in the comments. If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. Until next time, goodbye.